All right. So what we're looking at right now is our pogo stick. We have our base down here that's grounded. This should be mated inside of here, and all of this should be kind of loose. And then it should be lined up with, if you look at the two different views, the front and the right, it should be lined up so it looks over here. You should have just one mate, and that's it. Okay. And then we're going to go up to environments. We're going to go to dynamic simulation. And what I'm going to do is we want to do it in this order. We want to create gravity. And so in order to do that, you can do it two ways. You can choose part of the entity, and I chose, like, if I go here, I want to choose a vertical piece there. And obviously I want my direction to be down this way. You can also go to vector components, and you can just pick in the negative y direction. You can do that too, okay? So that is our direction of gravity. And then we need two things, okay? We need a 3D contact, okay? So we're gonna come down here to 3D contact between this and this, okay? And I'm gonna hit play so you can see, so it goes pew, okay? So this stops there and the rest of it falls. Now I'm gonna hit stop, and you'll see that when I do that, everything is still grayed out over here. We need to always go into construction mode. And it's the same thing if you save it or you close out of dynamic simulation, you want to go into construction mode. Okay, so here's my little 3D contact. The 3D contact, I can add friction if I want to, but what's important is just that this collides with this. Now I'm going to go to insert joint. Again, I'm going to go down here to spring. And I want to choose on here somewhere something cylindrical, so I'll choose here, and I'll choose right here on the outside of this. Okay. Now when I hit OK, this shows up. If it shows up real funky, you can always go into here and you can change the way it looks. We can change the number of turns. We can do change our radius here. So let's say this is 2, make it 1, and you'll see that it changes that. Let's say 3, and when we go over here, it changes that. You can, let's see, number of turns, wire radius, you can change the wire radius to 5, and you'll see that's what our spring looks like. Okay, I liked it the way it was. Let's see, 0.75 I think, and let's do this 4. This doesn't change anything other than just the way it looks. Okay, this is all the information that's important up here. But if I leave this blank, so I've got stiffness and damping, I want to make this basically 20 to 1, 10 to 1 or 20 to 1. So I'll start with 2, and I'll say 0.1. Now everybody's is going to be different by the material you chose, not the image of it, but the actual physical material, the thickness, the mass, all of that kind of changes what it looks like. And so that obviously for me is not strong enough. Okay, so I'm going to go back to construction mode. I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to change my my stiffness to like 4 and leave my damping 1. And so when I hit play now, it goes like this. Boing, boing, boing. All right. That is what it's going to do. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to construction mode, and you can change a bunch of things. If you make this 0 damping, this is what happens. I also, if you notice, I increased my time to 5 seconds of my calculation, but now it actually doesn't have enough force. So that damping really helps a lot with slowing it down, even though I did it like 4 to 1. So let's set this to like 6, and then we hit play, and you'll see. So it see how it kind of bounces. It doesn't have any damping force, but it has some friction, and that friction will slow it down. So so then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to do this one more time. I'm going to reduce this down to like 3, and I'm going to make this 0.5. Actually, let's make this 2. and you'll see the difference between the movements. Okay, so play with it until it gets to what you want, and then what we're going to do is once you're done and you've calculated it, before you go into construction mode, you can click on Publish to Studio, and I'll show you that part in another video.